Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM. And that guy over there is Hank Knerr, IUP Lively Arts. We're in the middle of March, actually toward the end of March, and yet, Hank, you still got a lot to do in this year's season's worth of programs.
Well, sure. Yeah, we don't stop just because the calendar keeps going. We keep going as well. In fact, today is the first day people can buy tickets for Boing Boing.
Boing Boing.
Boing Boing. It's fun to say. It's a comedy. It's a farce. Comedy Theater by the Grove is presenting it in April. So today was the first day you can get tickets for that. So go online and check that out. The big thing, I guess, coming up regarding ovations would be 42nd Street.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah, come and meet those feet on the avenue I'm taking you to, 42nd Street. Anyway,
you're going to do the whole catalog here?
I better not, because since this is radio, people don't have to hear me dance. Anyway, that's next Thursday, March 30th at 8 o'clock in Fisher Auditorium. One of the great musicals. Oh, yeah. Really. It was first a movie musical and wasn't made into a Broadway show until the late 70s, I believe. I saw it around 1980 in New York, and I wasn't sure what to expect of the stage version. And every time I thought, boy, it would be really cool if they did this, and then they did it. And it's like, it would be really great if they broke out in a tap at this point, and then they did it. I mean, it's just so such a musical that really raises your spirit, and it's a great show with, of course, great music. Best show in town and best prices, and tickets are on sale now, of course, online, or we do think we might have tickets available at the door that night, but the best seats are available right now.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You've got all kinds of shows that keep tap alive.
Yeah.
And modern settings as well. This one does the exact same thing and does it in a whole different setting. What is a different setting now, but used to be the norm.
Right. It's a very traditional tap look and shuffle off to Buffalo. What else can you do but tap to that? You know. So that's next Thursday. Tickets are going well, and that's people won't want to delay.
That's direct from Broadway.
Right. It is the touring show direct from Broadway. Yeah. Multiple Tony Award-winning show. It was here several years ago, and it's the kind of show that should be seen probably 3, 4, 5, or more times in a lifetime. Oh, yeah. It really is exciting. Then we have, actually, this Thursday night, we have a faculty recital with Heidi Lucas on horn and Henry Wong-Do piano. Henry actually has been out of the country much of the semester on sabbatical and has returned, and will do this recital with Heidi Lucas centered on the French horn.
He's very good.
And Heidi is Dr. Lucas is incredible. And we call it horn now. A lot of people would call it French horn, but we normally just call it horn these days. And on Saturday, the 25th, the MFA thesis exhibition's open. That's 4 different artists that are Master of Fine Arts students, and they will have exhibits in all 3 spaces. That's University Museum on the first floor of Sutton Hall, and then Kip Gallery and Kip Gallery Annex, which is on the first floor of Sprouse Hall. Yeah. So people can come. There's a reception, a public reception. I believe that starts, I don't have it down here for some reason.
Well, folks can go online.
It's about 6 o'clock, and online,
And listen to the interview from yesterday with Michael Hood, and I'll tell you all about that.
Great. So that starts on Saturday and runs for a few weeks before we have an exhibit at Artist Hand Gallery opening April 5th. That's downtown. University Museum goes downtown, and it'll be pottery this year. I think this is the 3rd or maybe 4th year that we've done that downtown. We've got an organ recital coming up for the Carol Tatey Organ Scholarship Memorial Fund, And that's by Ann Lebowski, organist. She's going to do a pre-concert talk. That's on Sunday, March 26th at 3 o'clock. The talk starts at 2:15. And it's in DeSico Hall on our very special organ that is resident in that hall. DeSico Hall is in Cogswell Hall, which is right on 11th Street there in our campus of fine arts, that corner of campus. There's a saxophone studio recital on Monday, March 27th, also in DeSico Hall. That's at 8 o'clock.
And for folks that want to know, it's really easy to get there, and you can park in the parking garage, and you're right next door.
Exactly. You're almost connected.
Yeah.
Just come off the bridge, and it's right there on your left.
There you
go. Very easy to get to. And then regarding Ovations, next Tuesday, tickets go on sale for HMS Pinafore.
Wow.
That's the New York Gilbert and Sullivan Players production. They're the foremost producer and presenter of Gilbert and Sullivan musicals. Mm-hmm. We're very excited about that. And David Wannen, the executive director, will be here in advance and do some fun things in the middle of April. We're going to have him come for some talks and things.
Well, let's get him over here too. Maybe we could.
I'll contact him and see and schedule that in.
That sounds good.
And he has an incredible baritone voice. He's actually also a performer. He plays the pirate the Pirate King in Pirates of Penzance. He's not in Pinafore, so we get to hear his incredible speaking voice on the radio. And then we have some other recitals coming up. Joseph Bonnick with Sun Min Kim on, when is that? That's March 28th. March 30th, like I said, next Thursday is 42nd Street. We have a guest recital by the Barcata Quartet, contains one of our alumnus in that quartet. That's free, Friday, March 31st. And then something that's a little bit out of the ordinary, Scott Joplin Memorial Recital. It marks 100 years of Scott Joplin's birth. So Sun Min Kim and Evan Engelstad performing piano, and then Anquinique Wingfield will perform soprano and the Hootlebug Brass. That's a free concert on Sunday, April 2nd at 3 o'clock, also in DeSico Hall. And then the exhibit continues. There's the Lytton String Quartet performing. And then in the middle of April, we do have, like I said, Boing Boing opening, and then we have Shanna Tucker. Shanna is on the Ovation series. She'll be performing in Gorell Recital Hall, and she's Chamber Soul. That's April 13th.
Chamber Soul.
Chamber Soul is what she calls it, and it's a combination of soul music and blues and jazz and gospel and in a very chamber setting, a very intimate setting, and there'll be 3 or 4 musicians backing her up.
She plays cello,
She plays cello, but she also sings, and she's also a songwriter, and she's a resident musician with Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas as cellist. So she's lovely. She really is a wonderful person. I've met her a couple times. I've heard her perform, and I think that'll be a really warm, exciting, fun concert. And that's, of course, before HMS Pinafore closes the season May 3rd.
I had a message on my voicemail the other day, and it was from somebody, and I don't know who it was, said, when Hank Knerr comes on the next time, ask him this question for me.
Okay.
It's an easy question. Okay. You're going to have the answer right away. Is the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra going to come back for this season from the Mist performance? And I said, I didn't say it to them because I didn't have a callback number, but I don't think they can come back this year, but of course.
No, in fact, when we had discussions before we canceled, we looked at dates, and they were jam-packed with already contracted dates. Yeah. The soonest they could come back, and this was a long shot, would be June, but we don't normally present when the majority of our students aren't here. So we opted out of well, we didn't have a choice. We had to
Sure.
cancel it. However, we are scheduled to have them next year. We're looking. We're almost finalized on a deal for sometime in October, and Manfred Honeck will be returning to conduct. And there will be probably a soloist, but we don't know who that soloist will be.
Well, that answers that caller's question.
It does, and that was fairly simple.
Yeah, see, I told you. I don't ask the hard questions.
But we are fast approaching finalizing offers and getting contracts in for next season. We have one hold up from one of our Broadway shows. Not that it'll be a problem, but the date keeps changing. So until that settles in, I really can't offer the rest of the contracts because of the schedule. But I'm really excited. Every year I'm very excited. I think people will be very pleased with what we're putting together for next year.
Well, we talk quite often about how it is that you go about putting together a schedule for the year because the acts are so varied.
Right.
They come in all kinds of forms, and some are designed for smaller venues like Corral Recital Hall. Some are designed for Fisher Auditorium, and you actually go to see these performers. So we have the Hank Knerr quality seal on them.
I do see most of them. I can tell you one we are looking at. We will be doing a Hellwig Distinguished Artist again next year. And I can't say who it is because I haven't offered the contract yet, and we have to finalize that. But I'm excited about it. However, I have not seen this person perform for many years. But I have called 5 or 6 different venues that presented this person in the past year, and they're all glowing. They just say incredible, generous, giving, personable, exciting. So I'm looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah. You get someone a few years ago when Bernadette Peters came, and the audience just falls in love all over again with someone that maybe they haven't connected with for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Bernadette is a good example of somebody I had seen on Broadway, but I hadn't seen in person for many years. And you often wonder, what type of performance do they give now? And that was one where I called a few of my colleagues, and they all agreed that she was in as good, if not better, voice than ever before. Well, they were right. And she was. She was.
That was an amazing thing. All right, so folks want to know about IUP Lively Arts. What do they need to do?
Yeah, well, I haven't given the contact information once, let alone 20 times as I usually do. Give us a call at 724-357-2787. That's 357-ARTS. We can answer your questions or go straight to the website, iup.edu/livelyarts, one word. Just go there and click around on the different series, the calendar of events. You can also join our mailing list, which we always send out an e-letter about a week before any major event and generally cover 3 or 4 things at a time. So that's a great source of information. Our Facebook page, we keep up to date. Twitter, we keep tweeting out. Instagram. We also have a text service. If you text Lively to 313131, you'll also get updates that way.
Very good. Thank you, Hank.
Okay, thank you.
He's Hank Knerr, IUP Lively Arts. It is Indiana in the Morning, as always presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on AM 1160 WCCS, 101.1 FM. It's 7:58.